Hi there, I'm Lindsay. Today I'm going to show you how to make a macrame plant hanger. So I usually use an S hook like this, and this is a hanging rail which is adjustable so that obviously as you're working further down you can adjust the height. So if you're interested in doing quite a lot of macrame, then this is quite a handy kit to have. If not, you can just hang the hook on a door handle, or if you've got a hook on the back of a door, something like that. Just something that will hold it still so that you can keep your strands taut. We have our 8 pieces of cord. I've threaded them through the ring, and this is the centre point of those, so then you've got 8 strands coming down each side. Then I'm going to take my separate piece of string here, I'm going to place it like this so that the top piece is just sticking up here, and then with the other hand I'm going to make a small loop like this. Then I'm going to keep hold of that, take the strand around the front and then around the back, and then I'm going to repeat that process again, round the front, round the back, and pull nice and tight. So I've still got my loop here, and I still got my piece of string here, and I'm going to continue to wrap around the front, round the back, and then the loop that we're holding with our thumb, this loop here, I'm going to take the thread that's been wrapping around and I'm going to post it through that loop like this, grab hold of it again, and then I'm going to start to pull the other end, this one here, and I'm going to pull it tight. That, as you can see, is making a knot here. That will eventually disappear up inside these cords that have wrapped around, and then you pull both ends in opposite directions like this. It's nice and secure. Then we grab our scissors and basically just snip those 2 threads off. So here you can see we've now got a really neat wrap knot. We now have 16 cords hanging down from the ring, and we're going to do 4 sets of 4 cords. So I've just put the others to one side and taken 4 cords which are fairly next to each other. Now there's a couple of different knots I'm going to show you today on this tutorial. There's the square knot, the alternating twisting knot, and there's one called Pico Knot as well. The most widely used is the square knot, and that's the one we're going to start with first. So what we have to do is we take the strand that's furthest to this edge here, and we're going to put it across these 2 middle ones like this. Then we take the one on this side, it goes over the front of this cord, round the back and through the loop, and we pull the string so that that looks like this. And then you're going to pull tighter, push that up to the top and pull both those side cords to tighten up the knot. Then we're going to take the opposite cord on this side. The outside cords are called the working cords, and the 2 in the middle are called the filler cords. So I'm going to take the opposite working cord, put it across the front, and this one I'm going to take across the front of that one, and then it's going to go around the back and through the loop we've just made with that first working cord, so that you have this shape here. And again we just push that up to the top, pull it tight, and that is called a square knot. So we're going to continue on until we've done 10 of those. So now we're going to do the left twisting knot, which is like a square knot, and basically the only difference is you're only using this cord each time rather than both working cords. So again, we're going to take this working cord, we're going to put it across the 2 filler cords. This one comes over the front, round the back and through the loop. And then instead of now using this one, we're just going to continue to use this one each time. That is now starting to twist slightly. Okay, so I've made 4 twists. I'm now going to teach you the Pico Knot. Now I'm going to thread wooden beads on here. You can do that or you can skip that, it's up to you. So now I'll show you the Pico Knot, which is very similar to the first square knot we did with the alternating cords. The first one, put it across the filler cords again. This one goes over the front of that filler cord, round and through the loop again as before. Then we do the other side. Instead of pulling it really tight up to the top, we're going to leave it down here. So then we're going to do the opposite way. We've left the gap here and then we've done a square knot. We're going to do the same again. And basically what we're going to do then is take hold of the bottom, push it, and you can see that it's making these little loops, like little butterflies almost, and then you push again to do that with the one at the top there. Just straighten those slightly, pull those out, and that's a Pico Knot. I've basically got these little beads here. I've got a packet of wooden beads and they have the hole in there. You can get these from Amazon. But I'm basically going to thread that onto all 4 cords. So I've got the 4 ends here. You can use either masking tape or regular sellotape. And just to thread it through the bead, I tend to just sellotape it up. Post that through your bead. So you thread your bead onto those cords here and just take it to the top here. Take the sellotape off of the bottom and then we're going to do 2 more of those Pico Knots. Once you finish the first strand, then you go ahead and you replicate it for a second strand. So again, I've done the 10 square knots, the 4 twisting knots, 2 Pico Knots, I've put my wooden bead on there, 2 more Pico Knots, and then I've finished off with the 4 twisting knots. And then I'm going to go ahead and split the remaining 8 cords into 2 lots of 4, and I'm going to do this again. The next thing I need to do is offer up the plant pot and make sure that I get the knot at the bottom at the right place so it's the right size. I'm going to go for a knot here and then a knot down here. So I basically take these strands and figure out the length, which is about here. 2 strands from this plant arm and then the one that's next to it, the edge one's from there. Okay, like this. And then I simply do a square knot here. And then we're going to tie another knot around about here. So now I've tied all my knots, I'm just going to pop my plant pot in and then we're going to figure out where to do our final knot, which is our wrap knot. There we are, so I'm going to do it about here. So I'm going to keep my hand there, lift it out. That's roughly here. Pull it all nice and straight. And then with our second piece of string, we're going to do exactly the same as we did right at the very beginning. So we're going to put our string here, hold our thumb there, make the loop, come across. So we have our loop there and our piece of string sticking up. And again, we wrap around the front, pull it around the back, tighten it. There we are, so this is our finished macrame plant hanger. I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. See you soon.